Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of our DIY series. This is episode number 2. First episode, it touched on kind of products you can use round about the home and essential products that you really need to clean your car safely. Today we're actually going to talk you through the methods and show you exactly how West Coast Detailing go about cleaning the car and the procedures that we use. And can you see that? That's a little belter. So let's get started. So this is what we've got, a Nissan 200SX with that ridiculous exhaust pipe, not friendly at all. But this car has got some heavy dirt and grime, like really built into the paint. It is a project car, so it's not a car that's used a lot and it's sat about in a workshop for a long time. But there is still, it gets driven here, so there is still, as you can see, loads of contaminants along there, loads of dirt. Crap rubbish. So it's the perfect example for the car that we need. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how we're going to go about doing this car. Number one thing that we've had since we put the post up is people saying, I feel like I wash too much, I feel like I'm running a bit mad. It all comes down to preparation, right? Preparation is everything. So we are totally prepared here. Just down below me here we have all the buckets ready to go, all filled up, all with soap in them. We have all our bottles topped up to the levels that are sufficient enough to clean the car. So we are not going to be running about looking for things, looking for tools, looking for sprays, anything like that. Everything's all sorted here. And I'll show you a wee trick that I sometimes use when we're doing a lot, especially if we're doing like a heavy decontamination when we're possibly using a lot of spray bottles. But today we're just going to focus on pre-wash, wheels, bodywork, some decontamination, and then just like kind of putting on a bit of protection for the car. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is inspect the car. We're going to look around that car, make sure that there's no potential problem areas, no potential weak areas, rusting, anything like that. It is a project car, so there is a couple of bits that we do need to watch on the car that we just need to be a bit careful. Alright, now back to that point where you are asking yourself, why do I keep chasing my way around the car? This should be easy. This should be enjoyable. People on YouTube make it enjoyable, and it's because there's a process, right? Well, all year round, to be honest, but particularly in the summertime when the sun's shining, the 5 days of the year, I think we've had it now. We always start with the wheels. We don't even bother with the rest of the car. We don't rinse it, nothing like that. We don't want water spots or anything drying on the car. So the very first thing we do is the wheels. Reason being is when you're pressure washing your car and you do all your bodywork and you leave your wheels till last, the problem is you're using like the pressure washer on the dirtiest part of the car last. So you could be creating all these splatter marks all over that freshly clean car, and then the first thing you're going to do is stick a drying towel over that. All you're doing is dragging those rocks and grit and salt and dirt right across the face of the car. So start on the wheels, alright? There will be soap that gets on the wheels and you can rinse it at the same time, but the last thing you want to be doing is pointing your pressure washer or your hose down towards the concrete, kicking all the rubbish up. So we do that very first, alright? After we do the wheels, we do the bodywork. We rinse the whole thing down, and what we've got here is once we've rinsed it, we've got an IK foam bottle. Don't worry about the chemicals that are inside it, guys, we're not doing any product reviews now. We've got an IK snow, like a kind of foaming bottle here, pump action, and this has basically got a citrus in it, and we'll pretty much soak the whole bodywork of this car. Being careful of chromed areas and things like that, because you don't want that drying in. And basically what that's going to do is that's going to eat and bite into the dirt. So that's going to basically help you clean that car. You want to clean as clean a car as possible, if that makes sense. So first thing we're doing is the IK pump action bottle, and then we're going to blast all that off. Once that's all blasted off, everybody's favourite Instagram photo, a bit of snow foam. Unfortunately, we have just broken our snow foam bottle for this, so we're using a dispenser bottle instead, a detergent bottle, which isn't great, but it still produces foam, it still does what it does, just doesn't look great on Instagram. So then we're going to snow foam the car. While the snow foam is on the car, like I said to you, in that kind of first DIY section, we have loads of these brushes. We have 3 buckets here next to me. We have 2 in the wheel bucket, with 1 big and 1 small, and we have 2 of these in the both bodywork buckets. As you can see, there's a bit of steam coming off that because it's hot water we're using. In about badges, in about grills, windows, any tight areas, round about mirrors, these are going to be your best friend. This is what makes a good job a great job. One of these tools. Honestly, I'm not kidding. So basically, when the snow foam's on the car, we'll get in all the kind of intricate areas, bits that are hard to clean, letting that snow foam dwell for maybe about 5 minutes. Every snow foam is different. Read the labels on the back of your snow foam. We're using a Not Perfect snow foam, and we can let that dwell between 5 and 10 minutes. It's a relatively safe snow foam, and then we blast it off. The wheels are clean, the bodywork is free from a lot more of the contaminants than what it had when we started. So we're now trying to clean the bodywork as safely as possible. Let's actually talk you through some of the tools we've got in here and their uses. So soft brushes we use for quite intricate areas, in the badge area, in these kind of nuts areas, and on this wheel there's a little lip there, so that basically just helps us get an access to that lip there, because that can, if you're just using a sponge or a mitt or whatever, that's going to be quite difficult. These can be used for multiple different purposes. Inside the barrel there, if it's particularly bad, but these wheels are quite pitted in there, so we'll just try to take a softer approach. But what you can use that for is inside the arch areas all around here, giving it a right thorough clean. And we also use, as I said, because these wheels are pitted, we're going a bit softer. We've got like a kind of softer type kind of wheel microfiber in there, and then we also use the noodle nut for the main surface of the wheel, and we've also got one of these harder brushes for in round about that tyre area. So let's crack on with the rest of the wheels. So, as I suggested earlier, basically I'm just going to let that product dwell in. I've blasted the wheel. Don't need to go too nuts because these wheels are quite fragile. These aren't the original, well, these are the original wheels for this car, but these aren't the wheels that are going on the car, but we're going to give them a clean anyway because they're here and they're on. So we're going to let that product just dwell in for a couple of minutes, let it do its work, blast off, and then get on with the wheel cleaning. Okay, so the wheels are done now. We've iron followed them, they've been deep cleaned, wheels are looking as good as they can be, but they're not the actual wheels that are going to be staying on this car, so we're not going to spend too much time on them. Now it's all down to the body, but this is the important bit. Now, as I said right at the start, one of the questions that we always got was, I feel like I'm chasing my tail all the time. I feel like I can't enjoy cleaning my car. Now, there is a way that we're going to help you break that down. Alright, so if you can section the car into parts, every car is going to be different, right? I do understand that. But basically what we do is, obviously we've already spoke through the pre-wash, and we'll do all that next. But when we're actually washing the car, we're going to start from the top down. And particularly in summer, you need to keep an eye on rinsing all the time. Just making sure that nothing's going to dry in. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to start on the roof, do all the glass, do all the top surrounding areas, do the bonnet and do the boot. And in between those processes, we're going to be rinsing the car down. We're not going to start at one panel, wash the whole car and then rinse the whole car, because things are drying in, the car never looks clean, that causes swirl marks. It's just not a nice procedure. You can't enjoy it, and not only can you not enjoy it, you won't be doing it right, because you're rushing around, because you've started there and it's a panic. Just calm, nice, easy, simple steps, whatever works for you, but break the car down into sections. Sometimes people will start from front, middle, back, top, middle, bottom. It just depends, whatever suits you best. And as I say, every car is different, so you're going to have to wash every car in a different way. That was a pressure washer kicking off there. Or agreeing with me, I think. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to start in the top and just work our way down to the bottom of the car. So let's go. Okay, so now what we're going to focus on is the pre-wash. We've rinsed the car down. We're now going to use a citrus cleaner in our foaming bottle, and we're going to focus on the lower parts of the car. That is the bits obviously that gather up the most dirt. We'll avoid the roof and all that now, because the car's been in storage. It doesn't really need that. The snow foam should hopefully kill off that dust, and that will help us rinse that off. So let's kick on with this pre-wash. Okay, so the pre-wash is done. So we've used the citrus and we've used the snow foam. Because the car has been a bit dusty, we just used the snow foam on top of the other, but it's completely up to yourself and how dirty that your car is, that however process you're going to do that. As you can see here, we've got 2 buckets, alright, both with grit guards in them. And that's important, going back to that DIY video, the very first episode. It was talking about the kind of equipment and the safest possible method. So we're going to use these two. One of these is a black mark on the tape at the back of the bucket there, so we know which one's dirty. But just to give you an example, let's froth these up. That's also one of the best ways to get the most out of your shampoo, is frothing it right up. You might think that's a bit of a waste of product, but you're just getting the most out of the shampoo. So this one being a dirtier bucket, so as you see here we've got a mitt, and I'm just going to do this for demonstration purposes. There's a hole there for us to put a hand in the mitt. So we've made contact with the car. I prefer to work in straight lines rather than going in circles. Alright. Now, everybody's different, but that's about as max as I'm going to cover using this mitt, is that area there. Now, it's not dirty, but technically this has got contaminants in it. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put it in this dirty bucket here. We're going to give it a right good shake, like I said before. Now, it is up to you if you want to put shampoo in here. A lot of people don't. And then basically what you want to do is just give that a right good rinse out. Give it a shake. and we're straight back from the clean bucket. Working areas from the highest point of the car down to the bottom. Just working in those straight lines and that sort of procedure. Now I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, but put this back in here. Once that area is complete, I'm ready to rinse that area now. So we've got kind of window complete, half the glass, half the roof, and the sides. Don't do any more than that, just keep it in small sections and it'll be a lot easier for you. No stress, no rush, no panic, dead easy, dead simple, and that's a couple of panels washed now. And what we'll do is we'll move on to the other side of the car and we'll start the same process there. So the wash is done now. We were going to talk about doing some tar removal and iron fallout, but the rain, as you can see outside, it's raining now, so we're just going to crack on with this drying process, get it into the workshop, get it all kind of blow dry, air dried out, and then we'll put some protective coating on it. So we'll talk about decontamination in another video, but that is the best way to go about doing a safe wash on your car. Now, just reiterate, be organised, have all your equipment ready, think about what you're going to do before you do it, make sure all your bottles are all topped up, break your car down into sections, start on the wheels, make sure you do a proper pre-wash, and yeah, you'll get great results, and it'll be safe results as well. So tune in next time, guys. Next time we're just going to cover doing decontamination, and I have got a belter of a car to do that. So we'll focus on that. So we'll focus on doing some clay bar work, some polishing, iron fallout, detar. We'll focus specifically just on those areas as an independent video, and that'll be episode number 3, and that'll come next week. So tune in, and we'll see you guys again soon.